I dropped it. Alright, so, hello. Hey, it is Allie from Warglitter Zines, and today I want to talk to you about my new zine. It is called Warglitter Zines, and this is issue number 1. It is bright green, so it makes the cover art really difficult to see, but the cover is by Jason Covelli, and his Instagram is JasonEvilCovelli, and I will put it down in the thingy. And I'd just like to take a second to thank Jason, because this is actually the second piece of art that he has made for me. So yeah, this is the first issue of what will be a longer kind of series just about some personal exploration that I've been doing over the years. Warglitter, like as a term or a name or a label, is something I started identifying with about 3 years ago. That's when I came up with it, and so I went around to different social media sites and went ahead and reserved that name because I knew I was going to do something with it. I didn't know what the outcome would be. At first I thought it might be a blog, or I don't know what I thought it would be, but I knew that what it would be about persona and these defense mechanisms that we create, these walls that we build up around ourselves so that we can kind of protect ourselves from potential hurts based on things that have happened to us in the past. And so for several years I've been writing about this. I got myself a journal and decorated it, and some of the commitments that I made to myself and things that I would write were about persona and about what I really think and feel, and if those things are matching who I am on the outside. And I just want to apologize because I'm sitting outside on the front yard because my neighbors were outside in the backyard, but now they are in the front yard dragging leaves to the curb, because that is the time of year. So yeah, some of the things that I talk about in this first issue are just, you know, the kind of mindset that I was in when I really first started doing this work. I was finishing up my bachelor's degree in religious studies. It had taken me a really long time to go back to school. I actually went back to school when I was 31 years old. So it was kind of a big deal for me to go back and interact with my classmates who were all, you know, 10 years younger than me. And I think that kind of helped me empathize with my younger self. I talk a little bit about what it's like to be online and want to be genuine and honest about who you are, but also being afraid of who will see it and what they'll think about you. And I mention a friend of mine who I discovered is white supremacist leaning, which was a really horrifying discovery for me. And I guess it made me think about my personal responsibilities for how I am honest about myself on the internet and in real life. And that's something that I'm still kind of working through, but Warglitter is part of the process of that. And I talk a little bit about witchcraft and magic, and how that was something that I was immediately attracted to as a child, and kind of giving up on certain ideas when you're in your 20s and then revisiting them when you're in your 30s and kind of trying to make sense with your past self and your current self. It's sort of like if you ever had an old like PC desktop and you'd have to defrag every once in a while, and you would see all these blocks kind of disappearing or moving around, and it's kind of that sort of process of like all of the stuff that you already have and all of this new stuff and then this other stuff that like used to be there but it isn't anymore, and like you need to get rid of that. It's like like that. That's kind of how I'm talking about it. And then there's a little bit about my friend Jess, who was very sick for a long time and passed away, and she was the first of our friend group to pass away, and she was really young, and I definitely grieved for her, but at the same time I felt really comfortable because I knew that she loved me, and that there was no like weird or bad feelings between us when she passed. And I started thinking about how my defense mechanisms were keeping me from being able to express the love that I felt for my family and my friends. And I started thinking, like, if I were to die suddenly, would all of my friends be able to say, I knew that she loved me, I knew we were cool and things were good between us, even if we hadn't talked in a very long time, and kind of wondering, like, are the things that I'm feeling inside the same things that I am carrying out into the world? And so she pops up a couple times in this zine. I also talk about a dream. The dream is a little bit sexy. Nobody's naked in it, but it's definitely about love and self-love and trying to love others. And it came out in a surprisingly sexual kind of way. And then I talk a little bit more about just kind of being a native to Southern Appalachia and having a family who, you know, that were original white settlers of this area, and kind of the legacy that you get when that is part of your identity. And I talk more about labels and being a member of the queer community and not feeling comfortable with any of the labels that get thrown around, and kind of labeling myself as that, or that is a major part of my personality or my identity, which I don't feel that way. So yeah, and then kind of just some poems and little stray thoughts. I mean, this is I take from my handwritten journal, some essays that, you know, have actually been edited, and then just speech to text stuff that I had on my phone and post-its, and there's just like kind of a little bit of everything in here, and I really tried to make it feel like it comes from a lot of different places, because it does. And so some of it's typed out, some of it's photocopied from my journal. There's a couple drawings and some pictures in it, and everything is like cut out of a larger document and then taped in. That's really the feel that I was going for. Not exactly scrapbooky, but more like I don't know, more like a journal where you would find something that was interesting to you and cut it out and tape it in next to your own thoughts, like that kind of feeling. So yeah, these, I've made 50 of these, and I'm gonna start sending some out to people who I just want to have one, but there will also be plenty available If you're interested in trading, just let me know. Or you could go to my Ko-fi coffee page, and I'll link it down here, and talk about you know, which zines you would want, and leave me a couple bucks, and then I can send it to you. Just, you know, leave your email address or something so I know how to get your address from you. I still don't have a shop. I don't know if I'm ever gonna have a shop, but I know that there are people out there who would rather just pay me for one than trade, and that's totally fine. I've been there. I know how you feel. So yeah, just let me know. You can follow me on Instagram. You can find me on Mastodon if you know what that is. You can follow me on Twitter. And then I even have like a website that I should probably start. Yeah, I should probably start updating, but who knows? Who knows if that's going to happen. So yeah, I just wanted to tell you a little bit about what I've been working on. It's taken me a couple weeks to get all of these together and stapled, and I'm pretty happy with how they turned out, so I kind of just wanted to brag a little bit. So yeah, in the meantime, keep making and do it yourself. And if you have any zines that you would like for me to review, please send them to the P.O. box that I have listed below, and I'll take a look at them. Thanks.